Hey everybody, it's Matt with Max Video, and today we are doing a book series review. We're going to be reviewing the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series. Um, the reason I want to do this is because with Rick Riordan's new book coming out, The Trials of Apollo, I kind of want to review all of his earlier mythological works. That involves the Percy Jackson, the Olympians, the Heroes of Olympus, um, Magnus Chase Chronicles, kind of the spin-offs between the two, and the oh, and the Magnus Chase uh, book that came out recently. So the Percy Jackson Olympians is his um, debut series into the world of mythology. It's not his debut book by any means. He did a few other series that was more adult oriented. These are, sorry, I'm getting a bit of glare in my glasses, so I'm gonna just take those off. Um, he did a few, but this is his big young adults novel, and I love this series. It's one of my favorite series of all times, and the reason is I love mythology. So yeah, I have a bias. So what? But the Percy Jackson, the Olympian series follows the title character Percy Jackson. He is a demigod. He is the son of Poseidon, and his mother is human, so he is a demigod by that aspect. And the way it's introduced is he is in a school for troubled children, or however you want to say it. He's in one of those schools, but he is discovered by one of the Seekers, Grover Underwood, and he is a satyr, and their job is to go out to the schools and to the troubled children and find demigods to bring them to Camp Halfblood and protect them. So he's discovered by him, and his professor is the centaur Chiron, but he knows him as Mr. Brunner, his Latin teacher, so, you know, disguises and whatnot. But anyway, so he ends up being discovered, and the series follows him on his adventures. Um, some of the other main characters are the female main character, Annabeth Chase, who is the daughter of Athena. The one I just said was Grover Underwood, his best friend, who is a satyr. And you meet a lot of other characters along the way, but those are your three core main characters. The main antagonist in the series are Luke Castilian, who is a son of Hermes, and Cronus, who is a Titan. He's the Lord of Time and whatnot. Not a Time Lord, but the Lord of Time. There's a distinction. He's not the Doctor. Yeah, and the whole series itself kind of follows Percy's and Annabeth and Grover's adventures, trying to thwart the plans of the evil people and whatnot. And let's see, I don't want to mess up the order, because see, the series consists of The Lightning Thief, The Sea of Monsters, The Titan's Curse, The Battle of the Labyrinth, and The Last Olympian. And they all center around the theme of the demigods fighting to keep the mortal world safe from the Titans. Now, the Titans have been imprisoned by Zeus because of the great war that happened between the two. And they were captured in Tartarus, which is the deepest, darkest levels of hell. Because you have Hades, and then you have Tartarus. And you don't want to go to Tartarus. Because it's like the ultimate prison. But where am I going with this? Oh yeah. Overall, the series is very easy to read. Like I said, it's written for young adults, so it's written to be easily read. You don't have to think too much about it, but it isn't by any means a simple read. It will bring you in, and it is very, very, very addictive. When I first read them, I read like the first three books in like 3 days. So heads up, and they're not long books at all. I want to say they're like maybe 200 to 300 pages, which for people that don't read that might seem a lot, but it's easy reading, very easy reading. And the books themselves are written very well. It's very accurate in its mythology. Rick Riordan did a lot of studying in the world of mythology just to make sure that he did it right. Granted, he does take the mythology and bend it to a modern term because the gods are living in a modern era, so they have to live by modern means. Like Poseidon wears, Hawaiian shirts and fishing shorts and a fisherman's hat and whatnot, and Zeus wears a pinstripe suit. It's all crisp and clean. All the monsters are disguised as, humans and whatnot in a modern era. And Hades, who's probably one of my favorite, he's a villain in like the first book, but he kind of turns into that, weird, it's like a Snape character, you love to hate him. He wears a dark suit and, just gives that aura of I'm the Lord of Death. But, and every book has its, theme of what's going wrong this time. The Lightning Thief is Zeus's lightning bolt has gone missing. Titan's curse is the Titan Atlas is messing with people, and Percy ends up having to hold the world on his shoulders. Battle of the Labyrinth is they have to go into the labyrinth and find Cronus's tomb. Sea of Monsters, they have to find the Golden Fleece, all these different things. So each book has its own inner story, but it all interlocks in the end. Now, that being said, the Percy Jackson series does melt into the Heroes of Olympus because Percy Jackson is Greek. It's all about the Greek. And we'll go into the next series and the next review, but overall, highly recommend the series. It's one of those you can read over and over again and enjoy it every time. It never gets boring. I'm also begrudgingly going to do a review on the 2 movies that came out from this series, which was The Lightning Thief and The Sea of Monsters. I don't want to do it, but I have to. I promised myself I would. They kind of fall in there with like Aragon of terrible, 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 terrible adaptations of books. The reason I didn't do a doubleheader on this one is because I didn't want to besmudge the book series by comparing the 2 at the same time. So I'm going to do a separate review on those once I get done with all the book reviews. I want to say that the new book comes out on May the 5th, so I'm going to get all of these reviews done before then. So most likely you'll see the Heroes of Olympus series done tomorrow. Alright, that's all I have on this one. Oh, and if you didn't notice, which I don't know what the quality or the mic, the sound quality is on this one, but I am using my new camera on this video. So hopefully that's looking good. Alright, well, that's all for me, guys. If you like this video, please give it a like. Subscribe if you want to see more reviews on books and animes and TV shows and all that good jazz. Well, I'm going to go watch the season premiere of Game of Thrones now, so I'll see y'all in the next one.